Hi and welcome to Visual C++ Currency Converter. So let me show you how it works. If I click on this very button right here, there, and I can select any of these country, whatever, and just enter any amount I intend to convert. There, actually it is converted from British pound sterling to Canadian dollars. And can just select any other country, and there. I can also click on this close button right here, and that is what happened. If I click back, it's all defaulted back to what it was. So what I'll do now is to take you guys straight into Visual C++ and just show you how to put this together. So let's do that now. So to start with, let's start a new project entirely and just call that currency converter, or VCC, or currency converter. There, and make sure you select Windows Forms application, click on OK. There, and this form appears. So no need to convert or change the font size to 1366 depending on your own resolution, and just make this 650. There. So now change the back color to black. Yeah, why not change the back color to black? There. And the next thing is go to toolbox and select panel. There, right there, and I want that the color of that very panel to be the control color right there. Now, so I will also need another of these, so make that 2, and this very one will be black. So let's increase the size of this and change this very one, the other one, to black. We'll change this to black. Right there, the one in the middle is black. Okay, so that's looking the way I want it. Right. So let's just realign everything how I want it to be. Okay, that's fine. Okay, the next thing I would like to do now is to add 2 labels, one up here, and just change the property of this label auto size, make that false. The back color will remain as black, and the border style, let's make that fixed single Y. The font color, let's make that white. Then the font size itself, let's make it a little bit larger, maybe 36, something like that. That might be too big, and maybe we should set to 428. Okay, so now we might as well just copy this. Before copying this, let's get rid of the border style. I don't like that. Let's leave it as normal, that's fine. Then just click on copy right there. Now we'll give it a name. This one we call LBL time, and the next one here, let's copy, that's a mistake. This one will be called LBL date. LBL date. Okay, this should be LBL time. Now the next thing is we need a timer. Let's come and get a timer right there. We don't have a timer. Let's make sure the property is set to 100 there. So that's fine. Okay, that's looking good the way we want. And let's double click on the timer itself. Double click. We double click on the timer itself and enter the following lines of codes for the timer. So that's just to, that'll be for the time. Okay, you can see timer right there. So if I come in here now just debug it. Let's see if it's going to be successful. Yes, it is successful. Right click or just click, and here the time is supposed to appear. Well, the time hasn't appeared because I have not called the timer. So I will now come in here. Just come right there and enter timer 1, and let's make that start. I think it starts is with uppercase, I think. Right, let's give it a try one more time. Okay, that looks successful. Let's see. Now you see the time has changed. So let's double click on the form itself. Double click on the form right there, form load. I will enter the same lines of code, but just get rid of this and change is to dates, and now maybe change this to, let's just change the name declared to something like days. I date, that's my variable. Okay, I date, that's fine now. So let's see if the date will work as well, but before then debug. Okay, we debug that, and that seems to be successful as well. So let's come here now, run the program. That's fine. There, we now have good time there. So we need to find out why. So let's check that out. Okay, this is the lines of code for the dates. It's actually inside form load. So let's just compile and see what will happen again. Now run that. Okay, the date is correct and the time is working as expected. Alright, so now we now need to continue with the interface development. So let's come in here and enter as follows for the interface. Okay, there guys, this is how the interface is looking. That is a combo box there, and here I have a text box. Then here that's a label, and that's a button and a button right there, and I've given all of them a name. Okay, so the next thing now is to double click on this form and enter the following variables. Double click on it. So I will enter my variable right here. So just tap down and come up here, paste my variable there, enter my variable there. Those are the variables I intend to use. So the next thing I will do now is to come into, just right up here where it says form void. I intend to initialize as follows. There, and that's it. So which means all of these will be entered into the combo box. So if I compile and just run it now, yeah, there's no error. I can always just drop this down, and that's it. That's what you guys will get on the combo box. Okay, so the next thing now is to be able to use the converter, and this very one. Okay, now let's take care of the converter itself. So now just double click on the converter right there and enter the following lines of code for the converter using if statements. So those are the lines of code for the converter. Let's take that up, take it from there. I've initialized all of these variables with the equivalent of their, or with the conversion rate actually for each country. So if I take it down, and here this very text box right here, that is it here, is now assigned into this very variable. So if I come down, okay, the first conversion will take place from here. Whatever amount you enter into this text box that is stored in here is multiplied by what is assigned to this variable, and that's what's happening here. The same thing is repeated for or to all of these other countries. And there, that's Canadian, Brazil, India, Philippines, Indonesia, and so on. So you can change these to whatever country you intend to use, so that's fine. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to add one button right here. So let me just add a big button here. Come to tools, look for a button, just draw it across to cover the face. Now just speed that up. Right, this is how my button is looking right now. So if I double click on this very button, I will enter the following lines of codes. That's BTN CC. So we just want to make that visible. The visible, let's make that equals false. We don't want it visible. Okay, there. So I will now copy this because I won't need it. Come right here, move this aside, and double click on the close. In the case of close will be false. Will be true actually. There. Okay, and we then need the converter. We need to clear that. Clear the converter, and we also need to clear the text box itself. Yeah, then we then need one more. Okay, that's right, we need to change this, which is the combo box itself. Yeah, right here, let's just copy that. We need it to default back to choose. Okay, just carry out one of the options. Okay, so if let's convert and let's compile and run and see what will happen. Okay, it's successful actually. So let's run it then. If I click on that disappears, and just convert that into whatever in there and click there. Change it to any country. There. Let's give it a try with some more countries, and that's it. It works as expected. If I click on close, that comes back. So let's realign everything properly and give it a try. Let me just shrink that. Yeah, that's fine. And now we compile. Let's compile it again. And then run it. Right there, guys. That's my Visual C++ currency converter. So just drop this down, select whatever country, enter how much you want to convert right there. And that is how you develop your own currency converter in Visual C++. So with that, I'll just say bye for now.